Ralph Montalvo decided to start Seahunter Boats, he had one thing in mind, and that was to build the finest boat available today. It wasn't to make money, it wasn't as a hobby. He wanted to make a boat that became number one. Not just number one in fishing, but number one in every aspect. Number one in ride, dryness, economy, speed. All the Seahunter boats share that quality. Before Ralph started the Seahunter company, they were in the aerospace industry. So they've taken some of the things they learned and some of the components that they use in aerospace, like carbon fiber and carbon Kevlar, and introduced them into the boating world. And they've been able to do this with their laminates in a way that not many boat manufacturers have discovered yet. Seahunter builds their boats in one of the finest state-of-the-art facilities of any boat manufacturer on the planet. Every boat they manufacture is first done up on a computer with a 3D model. It's then taken over to a 5-axis computer cutter, and they make a model. And they play with that model until they get it right. In the end, you end up with a boat that the cap meets the hull in a complete sandwich, in a perfect laminate. So there's no void spaces. When you're riding across a rough sea, most boats that you're in, you'll see the gunnels flex, or you'll feel the floor flexing under your feet. In a Seahunter, you don't feel any of that. There is no flex. So having a stiffer, more rigid boat allows the boat to manipulate over the sea in a much smoother fashion. They build a few boats a year because they're meticulous. They're not only meticulous about the boats they make, but every piece that goes in them. There's hundreds of man-hours in each hull that they produce. There's a guy that builds just the console. There's a guy that builds just the hatches. And all these things put together end up being the finest fishing vessel you've ever owned. One of the fine features that Seahunter does with all their boats, including the 24 bay boat, is they laminate carbon fiber inside all the hatches. The end result is a much stiffer, lighter hatch that has a rubber gasket seal, so all your stuff stays dry. Every hatch includes a gas shock, which doesn't allow for your fingers or your toes to get caught in a hatch slamming down. They go down nice and smooth with a little bit of pressure. They all have lockable hatches, so you can lock your gear in there overnight. Everything stays safe and dry. Along with all the incredible storage that the 24 facilitates, it has 2 giant bait wells. The rear bait well is 65 gallons, and I've loaded that thing with 500 to 800 pilchards. It also has a front well in front of the console that's a 20-gallon well for additional storage of bait. If there's ever any question about which boat company makes the strongest laminated vessel on the planet, it's a Seahunter. You take a 35-foot brand new vessel and drop it 50 feet onto the concrete, splash it in the water, run it, cut it in half, and run it again, and the boat's still there today and could be put in the water right now and run again. I haven't seen one boat manufacturer try to copy that one. Seahunter makes boats of all sizes from 24 feet all the way up to 45 feet and everything in between. One of my favorite boats that they make is actually their 24 bay boat. It's one of the most versatile boats of any size that I've ever used. It has a state-of-the-art chine design that one, keeps you dry, keeps you smooth, and allows for much greater speeds over a bigger sea. You can take the 24 and 12 inches of water on the flats. You can fish a shoreline in the mangroves for snook and tarpon. You can take the boat offshore to the reefs and fish for snappers and barracudas and sharks and what have you. And you can even, I've had the boat out there in 200 feet of water sail fishing in 20-knot winds, and I felt comfortable. The thing about this 24 is it handles like a small boat. You know, I can go out there by myself or with a friend and never need a companion to help me. It's an easy one-man boat, but yet it fishes big. It fishes small when you want it to in the shallow water, but yet it's big enough and has the volume to go offshore and do whatever I need to do. If you're looking to buy a new boat of any size, you need to really look into Seahunters. The boat will last you a lifetime. It has the driest, most comfortable, speedy ride of any vessel, and the quality of workmanship is second to none.